Nope, the other way. Almost as close. Nope, that's too much. Almost as close as 0. Right there, perfect. You're already climbing. Get that nose back down. You're climbing too much.
Legion 663, clear direct digger.
Climbing too much. Get that nose back down. You're 200 feet high. Push. Apply forward pressure on the yoke. Forward pressure on the yoke. Get that nose down. And trim is necessary. Nose down a little bit. Almost there, tiny bit done.
November 9215 Echo, contact Orlando approach 132.65.
Alright.
Contact Orlando approach 132.25, November 9215 Echo.
Negative, November 15 Echo, contact Orlando approach 132.65.
Contact Orlando approach 132.65, thank you, November 9215 Echo. Departure of the gap 584, 1000 for 2000, heading 110 with Oscar.
Beautiful job. That's the way you fly. Perfect.
Here, 584 Daytona departure, radar contact, turn right on course, New Smyrna. New Smyrna is landing runway 7.
Right on course, New Smyrna, we have the field inside at the gap.
Remember I told you about the weather when we take off and see all the weather on the map?
Yeah.
That's all the weather we checked on the ground. You can see it here. Look at that.
How do you close this?
You push it in. Too cold? Push it in and then swing it. Getting too cold or not bad? Pretty good. See all the weather? But we're going to stay, we filed over the east side of the weather. So right over Victor 437 is going to come up this way. And we're going to be going this way, so. Altitude control is nice, just a little bit over controlling. I see like you're going right, you're going left.
All of a sudden it just took a right for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Took like 5-degree right.
Yeah, you got to keep your scan going. You got to maintain the nose of the aircraft, which is that needle right in the middle of here. There you go. We'll do the cruise checklist for you now. Looks like cow flaps are getting to be closed now, because it's okay.
Traffic Air 584, contact
This TCAS here will show you.
584, good night.
Okay.
We'll show you how they're picking us up. So you see 2601, and they're picking us up at 109. Traffic return altitude 109. You're slightly high, so let's go ahead and push the nose down. And you may want to re-trim as you're cruising. Release the control pressures with trim.
November 24541 Daytona approach, report any change of altitude, altimeter 3000.
000, so far
A little bit more nose down. Back to 11,000. Push the nose down a little bit, and there you go. Perfect. Doing a wonderful job. Slightly over controlling. You feel like you're going left and right, left to right. That's initially the first hour when you're flying instruments. That's what's going to happen. You're going to over control. After you're going to develop your scan, you're going to do much better as far as instruments.
679 for 12000.
Okay, I want to show you something. Stay with me on the controls. You see how the nose is high? Look at the altimeter. I'm going to push the nose down, get back to my altimeter, which is 11,000, just like so. I'm going to keep the rate of roll here, It feels like the airplane wants to go up, so I have to relieve the control pressures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim those down. Just like so. As I trim those down, it's going to be a little bit easier to fly the airplane, just like so. I don't have to push too much. There you go. Now it's going to be easier for you. You're back on the controls. Now we're at cruise flight. The primary pitch instrument is going to be our altimeter, and the primary bank is the heading indicator, because we're holding 005 on the heading. Very nice. This is beautiful. This is very nice. The ground speed here.
Number 501, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles southbound Cherokee, 3,500.
Traffic inside 454.
If the wind is going to be as good as this, we may be able to go all the way down to New York.
So my
Delta
scan.
679 is going to maintain 3,000.
Delta 679 is
Primary pitch is altimeter, primary bank is the heading indicator.
November 1 Romeo Mike, turn right heading 020, join Victor 437.
Heading 020 to join Victor 437. 1 Romeo Mike, thank you much. Okay, 020 now. Now she gave us a heading to join the Victor Airway, okay? So what we're going to do now is open the map and join the Victor.
Lead 613, 13 for 12,000.
Now, you got two more pilots on board. You got me, and you got another pilot. If for whatever reason you want to take a break, just let me know.
Reacher below 11,000 to lead 613.
And I'll help.
79216 Zulu, traffic 12 o'clock, 6 miles northbound, Cessna 152.
Slightly low.
1,500.
Nose back up a little bit.
Cessna 541, traffic 12 o'clock, 6 miles southbound Cherokee, 3,500. Has you in sight?
Looking for traffic 2.54.
Little bit nose up trim, just tiny bit. And get back to 11. The goal is to maintain our altitude plus or minus 100 feet. Everything's looking normal, green, green, green. Now she told us to join Victor 437.
Allegiant 613, clear direct digger.
See where we are.
Direct digger, lead 613.
020, join Victor
Number 9216 Zulu,
437.
contact Orlando approach 132.65.
No, Victor 437 is Ormond Beach. All the way up to Starry intersection.
Allegiant 613 is going to maintain 6,000.
6,000, lead 613.
Okay.
November 24541, turn left heading 320, vector to land.
And to join on that, Ormond Beach.
Cessna 541, descend at your discretion.
What's your altitude? A little bit high.
2454.
Join on Ormond Beach, it's going to be
November 9240 Foxtrot, contact Orlando approach 132.65.
360 degree radial from Ormond, which is right here. 360. 360 here and 360 there, just like so. Right there and right there. Tune and identify it.
Allegiant 613, cross digger at maintain 5,000.
Digger at 5,000, lead 613.
12.6. Listen to the code.
679, landing 180, descend and maintain 1,600.
Heading 180, descend to 1,600, Delta 679.
Cessna 541, proceed direct to
They have
land.
one, that's Orman. They have two now.
2454. Attention all aircraft hazardous.
Yep, that's Orman Beach. 360 and 360. When these two needles come in, we're going to track it out, which is our Victor Airways. And you can back it up here with the GPS. You see that white line? That's our road. This is our airway. Wow, beautiful ground speed today. Beautiful. We're getting some nice push up here. I like it.
A lot of things going
There's a
on.
lot going on. There's a lot going on. Absolutely, a lot going
Airport
on.
site Delta 679.
Delta 679, cleared visual approach runway 7 left.
Cleared visual 7 left, Delta 679.
Let's go to control. Let's see the trim. Yep. A bit more back trim. There you go. You're good now.
Delta 679, contact tower 120.7.
120.7 679.
Leaving 613, traffic 9 to 10 o'clock, 11 miles northwestbound, Cessna 152, 4,400.
Looking at leading 613.
Cessna 541, traffic 2 o'clock, 10 miles southwestbound, Airbus 6,000 descending to 5,000, caution wait turbulence.
Difficult traffic, 2451.
Cessna 541, advise you descend out or below 3,500.
3,500, we have traffic inside.
So now we're doing IFR,
Leaving
right?
613.
Yep, we're on an instrument flight plan, and we're doing basic instrument flying, and we're flying the airplane solely by reference to the instrument. We're not looking outside, and we're looking at primary bank instrument, which is this. Primary pitch is the altimeter. Those are the two primary instruments.
613, good night.
As you're flying with these two instruments, you're going to cross-check all the other instruments too, just to make sure everything is lined up properly. Now you drifted a little bit off
We have
course.
the airport inside, would like to terminate.
Cessna 24541, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved, no observed traffic between you and the airport.
Squawk VFR, frequency approved, we have the traffic, 2451, have a good night.
Thanks.
Airplane wants to go up.
Yep, retrim.
A lot going on.
What's that?
A lot
A lot going on. Yeah, a lot going on, yeah. If we want to take a break, just let me know. We can put the autopilot. I can show you how to use the autopilot for a little bit, take a break, and then go back to your instrument flying. It's good initially to develop your scan for the first hour of flight, just to kind of lock it up and just keep looking. The reason why they require, you to have 3 hours of minimum instrument training is just in case you have a situation where you enter the clouds by mistake. You're going to have the ability to fly the airplane via the reference to the instruments and make a 180 and get out of the trouble. Get out of trouble. Come back to where you came from. going to put the rest of the flight plan on.
Okay.
So you have it lined up. Have it here. And you're going to keep tracking that. Now when this needle comes in,
Information Sierra Zero, current on Daytona, altimeter 3000.
3000 on the altimeter Daytona. Let's go 3000 Daytona.
3000.
Right there, perfect. Excellent. When these two needles come in, that's your Victor Airway, 360 radio outbound. When you have those needles in, you're going to have this needle on the GPS also in, and you're going to back these two up on the airway. For now, you're going to keep the heading of 020.
How does it happen that all of a sudden, within a matter of 5 seconds, I'm like 10 degrees over?
Let go of the controls for a second. Let me check the trim. Well, looks like you're trimmed it nice. She's flying really nice. But again, it's experience. You see, I fly a lot of instruments, so for me, look, I'm locking it up like an autopilot. See? And don't get discouraged when you see me flying the airplane 10 times better than you are. It's just practice.
100%.
It's all about practice. It's proficiency. Initially, you're over-controlling, and what you're doing here is developing your scan. As you're developing your scan, it's going to take some time for you to, use the hub and spoke method, which is attitude indicator, turn coordinator, attitude indicator, heading, attitude indicator, airspeed, attitude indicator, altimeter, attitude indicator, vertical speed, attitude indicator is the main, and then you're cross-checking all the other instruments. Now, we're still on the heading, so this is our primary bank. But when these two needles come in for the Victor Airways of 360 radio, this needle's going to come in, this needle's going to come in. We're going to maintain those needles centered. At the same time, the GPS as a backup is going to show us that needle. You see the magenta line?
Okay.
See where the airplane is? The airplane's here. In a little bit, the airplane is going to come up to that line and join that airway. We're going to join that airway. The needle's going to be centered. We're going to track it out.
What is this? This is
This is a VOR.
VOR?
That's a VOR right there. VHF Omni Range. VOR right there. You see? VOR right there. VHF Omni Range. VOR.
Gotcha.
It's basically an antenna on the ground that's transmitting a frequency, and you can pick up with the instruments here. You can pick up that frequency, and you can know the direction you are from that station. It's in your book. Doing a wonderful job. I want to keep looking at my map here and put your flight plan in. We got stereo intersection here. Watch your altitude, a little bit too high.
I'm trying to dive down.
From stereo, we're going to go to Tybee. Putting the flight plan in there. Going to be a little bit easier. What's your altitude? Still a little bit higher. Excellent work. Very nice job. Tybee, we're going over to Charleston, CHS. You'll see slowly the needles coming in. You're doing a wonderful job to hold your heading and hold your altitude. I like what I see here. Getting better and better. I like the first hour when you're still alert, develop your scan, and then you can kind of relax a little bit and use the autopilot. Then we can do a little bit of ground school, talk about a lot of stuff. So we're going to talk about instrument flying. We're going to talk about night flying. We're going to talk a lot about cross-country flying, minimum fuel for night flying, minimum fuel reserves. We're going to talk about the weather system. We're going to talk about winds aloft forecast, high pressure system, low pressure system, classes of airspace, departed class Bravo, going into class Charlie. We're going to talk about that. We're going to cover a lot of stuff. For now, basic attitude instrument flying. I want you to go ahead and focus on your primary bank, primary pitch, keep the scan going, and maintain your heading, maintain your altitude. The practical test standards for this for your private pilot, plus or minus 10 degrees on the heading, plus or minus 100 feet on the altitude. Any questions?
Still focusing.
Alright, keep that scan going, my friend. Keep that scan going. Alright, we got Florence, Victor 3, Victor 157. Alright, looks like we're done with this map. We're going to map 3536 map now. Got a look at the flight plan. Wow, look at this. You see, 30 minutes through the flight, you're on it.
But I feel a lot of pressure on the left. I gotta keep a lot of pressure on the left rudder.
Really? Why?
Oh, actually,
What's the bully you're doing?
I'm good.
Bull centered?
Yeah, bull center.
That's it, you're done.
I don't know, for some reason I felt like I had,
You feel like the airplane's turning right?
no, I felt like I had to put pressure on it. I don't know why.
No. Look, you have a trim. You have rudder trim on this airplane. You see the rudder?
Okay.
The rudder trim is going to relieve your rudder pressure. That's why you use the rudder trim.
Okay. So the other airplane, the Sulcum, does not have
The Luscombe does not have a rudder trim, no. This one has a rudder trim. Check what's happening. Check what's happening. Check what's happening. Not just that, the GPS also is going to come in here. And now we're going to track these two and the GPS. We're going to keep that center, needle center.
All right, we're almost there.
Almost there. Beautiful job. Watch your altimeter. Get that nose back down, climbing up too much without paying attention. A little bit more forward pressure on the yoke. Nose back down and then back up to level off. And And try not to over control. Over control, we're definitely going to get you in trouble. Drifting to the left, get back to your heading. Alright, let me help you a little bit. The main thing to do is not over control. Let go of the rudder pedals. Relax. A little bit to the right. Helping you a little bit. Nose back down, just like so. Alright, we got it under control now. You ready? Your controls.
We're here almost.
What's that? Yep.
We're past.
Yep, we're here. If we're here, we're just going to turn left and track it in, which is 360. So let's go back to the left. Now you want to maintain those needles centered. 360 degree radial, 360 degree radial, and back it up with the GPS. Now shallow turn. This is too steep. You're going to lose control on the airplane. Shallow turn. This is too steep. You see, overshot because you went too steep. To know the angle of bank is here. And the standard return is here, so you want to, don't worry about the rudder pedals. You don't want to turn too steep. When you want to turn...
Romeo Mike, contact Jacksonville, approach 118.0. Have a good night.
118.0 for Jax. 1 Romeo Mike. Good night.
Change my frequency 124.9.
Helping you a little bit to control this. You're not all over the place. Maybe a little bit of back trim. There you go. Right there. Good evening, Jacksonville, Skywalker 1 Romeo Mike at the 437 1000.
1 Romeo Mike, Jax Post Route, good afternoon. Jax, temperature is 3000.
3000, 1 Romeo Mike. 3000? Yep, we're good. Slightly more left. Little bit left. So, 10, 5 degrees, bam.
Navy Luna May 46, descend and maintain 3000.
Slightly high, pitch back down a little
2989,
bit.
descend and maintain 4000 and fly heading 240 vectors for the ILS runway 14. Pressure 29, make it ahead in the 245, please.
Beautiful job. Takes a lot of effort. Slightly high on the altimeter. On course, on course, on course. Looking good. Now we're going to teach you how to use the autopilot. Use the autopilot. Test. Make sure all the lights come on. Airplane's adjusting itself. Like so. Back on. On. Heading select. Altitude select. Let me go to the controls for a second. See? Go down a little bit. Let's go. Should be holding it nicely now.
4697 there.
Okay, beautiful. Now, all you have to do is move the heading bug to maintain.
Okay, roger. And they say if you want 1-1, you can go that way. But if you want to stay with 2-9 right now, we stay with 2-9.
What is this and what is this?
This is a VOR indicator.
Which means?
It's giving you a radio from that VOR. And if you open the map,
America Traffic 2296, Jack Approach, good afternoon.
Owen Beach.
090, descend to maintain 4000.
C360.
That's 14, Jackson.
Okay.
This is the VOR.
Okay.
360 degrees. From the VOR, 360 degrees.
Correct.
We set it on 360 degrees. Okay. The VOR is an antenna on the ground that's shooting signal up in the air. This instrumentation here is able to pick up the signal from the VOR. By picking up the signal from the VOR, it can tell you the direction for the VOR. If you want to maintain the 360 degree radio, which is Victor 437, that's where we filed. We have the 360 degree radio. We're going to set 360 here. You don't maintain that radio, we have to maintain the needle centered. The needle's to the left, we're going to turn to the left. Needle's to the right, we're going to turn to the right. The needle is actually your airway. By using these two instruments at night, you can navigate better because there's not much pilotage at night. Look to your right. You see anything?
No.
Nothing. Dark. Look to your left.
I see.
You see a little bit of lights like towns and cities and stuff, but it's hard to navigate at night. When you're flying at night, it's always good to use electronic navigation to navigate, because when you're using electronic navigations to navigate, it's more precise. Even when you're flying along the shoreline at night, it's still hard to see.
Cannot see.
I mean, you can, but it's not as good as using electronic navigation. That's why when you're flying at night as a private pilot, highly recommended, use electronic navigation to back up where you're going. And use redundancy. Use your primary VORs here, back it up with two, and then have a GPS to navigate and back it up with, so you know exactly where you are. Okay? It's a lot of information, but slowly it's going to sink in. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and back up the flight plan. We cannot use this instrument for the whole flight, but you can use the GPS. The GPS has unlimited waypoints, unlimited stuff. Here, you have to use one at a time. 360, then you go to Starry intersection.
846.
Starry intersection. You're going to use this route here. This is another airway, and slowly navigate. One station to a station. Let's go right here. Charleston's 13.5.
2889.
So over here, we can use 13.5 for Charleston, which is the next frequency. So with this, VORs, we're going to go from one station to the other. With this, we can navigate more precisely and maintain the same road. But I haven't put everything in there. I only put certain waypoints. So what I want you to do is go through the flight plan and review the flight plan with you and then have it all lined up properly, okay? So, this is the flight plan we filed.
Navy 846 to left heading 1.
I got all the way up to Starry, then Tybee, then Charleston.
4697, fly heading 1.
So Starry, Victor 1, Charleston. And then from Charleston, I got to Florence, Victor 437 Florence. So Victor 437 is here, the next one is Florence. And then from Florence, I stopped. What I want you to do is get comfortable with this, okay? Because this we're going to use
negative, sir. I'm waiting for
on our cross-country stuff and
3483 Jackson.
With Alaska also, when we go to waypoint, go to the airport, I use this portable GPS. You're going to use this portable GPS also on your check ride.
In the what?
On your check ride.
89, flight heading 230.
And your check ride is to get your license, the final check.
Envoy 3483, expect that for the Atlas.
So this map we're good. I'm going to open up another map.
Envoy 3483, sir.
That's going to be from Florence. I see Florence here. What are we doing after Florence on the flight plan?
Victor 157.
4697, turn
okay, Victor 157 Fayetteville. This is Victor 157 here. Let's see what's...
2889 to left heading 200.
Okay, it's basically a straight line. 043 degree radial, 2 C185, basically a straight line. So we're going to go Florence to
3147, 16 miles from
Fayetteville, which is Foxtrot Alpha Yankee. Go ahead, push this button. Push. Okay, go down. No.
2889, turn left 3160, 6 miles from Sonia across
This button has up, down, right, and left.
Cleared ILS runway 14.
You don't have to spin. Just down, go down all the way to here. Good, stop. Now, you can spin it to the right.
Runway 3043, continue
Now,
vectors for your D.
we're going to select Fox Alpha Yankee. That's the next checkpoint from Florence. Fox Alpha Yankee.
2296,
No, just spin it. Fox.
Russia 2889, contact tower 183.
Fox, which is F.
With a 902, changing my frequency 124.90, please.
Up. Make a right click.
Click.
One click to the right.
Lucy 4697, there is some moderate to extreme precipitation.
This is click
top of the final.
in.
That's what I did.
Click right, click left, click right, click bottom. Yeah, push. Yeah, okay, push. Click, push. Okay, same thing.
Go back.
We're gonna go F. One click right. Next one is Alpha, and then Yankee.
Maybe Lima 846 and 7 miles from Ivy.
All the way to Yankee.
Left heading 110, maintain 3000 until establishment of
Enter, ENT.
approach Navy jet.
Perfect. Now it's asking us for the next checkpoint. Okay? What's the next checkpoint after Fayetteville?
After Faye, we got
4697, flight 190.
Romeo, Delta.
Okay, Victor 136 to Romeo Delta Uniform. That's our alternate airport, by the way, Raleigh-Durham. So we got 009 and 189, same thing. So we're going to go Fayetteville to RDU. Next one is Romeo Delta Uniform.
There is some heavy precipitation on final. 7 miles to a 3 mile final.
Romeo Delta Uniform. Nope.
Down, right?
Clear. You went the wrong way, clear. Okay.
Down. Push right.
No, just spin it.
Read that correct.
Spin it to Romeo Delta Uniform.
Romeo. Delta.
Uniform.
I can go backwards?
Southwest 3147, maintain.
Yeah, you can go back.
190 knots or better to a 5 miles.
That's it.
Contact
Enter.
183, see ya.
Enter. Perfect. Okay, from Raleigh-Durham, what are we doing?
From Raleigh-Durham, we're going to Victor 155.
That'll work.
LVL.
Okay.
Tango, contact Daytona approach 125.8.
Okay, Raleigh-Durham, Victor 155, Lima Victor Lima. Okay, next one is Lima Victor Lima. Go ahead, put it in.
6 Roger, contact Navy Jax Tower 125.15. See ya. 4697, if you can pass a pirate to the tower, please.
Lima Victor Lima, not Victor. Lima Victor Lima.
4697, Roger, fly heading 360, maintain 3000 and say request. Lucy 4697, you can expect the RNAV runway 11. They told me that either way, either runway, whatever you need. Okay.
Enter.
Beautiful. Next one is
43, continue present heading, maintain 4.
Richmond, Virginia. So it's Romeo India Charlie.
And the regional general
Romeo India Charlie.
29er decided to break out of the approach.
That's it. Enter. Wow, this is good.
43, changing my frequency 118.1.
This is good. You know why this is good? It's telling us that we're going to get to Richmond at 3 hours and 57 minutes, which is way ahead of schedule. What I'm going to do is actually put Republic in here.
ILS, runway 14 approach.
It's very possible we can navigate tonight all the way to Republic because the wind is so good. 6 hours and 8 minutes to Republic. And look at the fuel.
4697, just a heads up.
We don't have to,
for runway 1,
but we have an option.
However, it's going to be either the RNAV or the
From what I see now.